And we're almost ready for a start in this 2024 Indigenous versus All-Stars game. The Indigenous side will receive, running left to right on your screens. Ryland Gaudron to take the kick. I think there's Darcy who's placed it for him, and we're underway. We had a cliffhanger clash last year, and I expect something similar today. The sides line up very evenly, and here's a good start. I think, is that Eddie Sharp out there? Good run there by Dorwood. He was one of the heroes last year with a late try that's put his side almost back in front until Billy Bussell scored the winner. There goes one of the Peachies. I think that was Chris Peachy. Alex Smith runs around. Jalen Gordon, nice pass out to Dan Peachy. Here's Billy Bussell now. No, it's not Billy Bussell. It's Nick Peachy. Sorry, I'm getting my Peachies mixed up. There's three of them out there. Dorwood, exciting start here. Big crowd. Dorwood through Keaton, his mate, and eventually brought down there by Eddie Lennon. Here's that's Dan Peachy with the kick through. Almost came up there for, I think that might have been Ben Traprell. Still getting the names right, even though Michelle's done the right thing by me and got me a team sheet. Jake Vuko with a good run. The Indigenous side in their city jumpers. George Lamapetti, oh, he's wrapped up there. He got the pass back. Is it play on? No, they'll take the knock on. Restart. Keaton. Jeff Clark. He'll be one of the important players. Except Dean Clark, I should say. Jake Vuko. Vuko again with good yards. He's leading the yardage so far. Keaton into dummy half. Dean Clark, Ryland Goodwin. Can he link up with Fred Walker-Dricky? He has a go himself, and Eddie Sharp's there to get him, but he's going to say that was high. Well, Eddie's a very clean player, but a somewhat enthusiastic one. He'll be quite happy, though, to give away the penalty and just let him know who's boss out there. Here goes Keaton. And Dan Peachy's there to meet him. Josh Clare with his first step off the game. The play the ball goes back. Lemper-Petty, he'll take him on in his black shorts, and it was a good ball and all tackle, though, in the end by the young Jalen Martin. No headgear today from Jalen, which is unusual. Clark, Dean Clark, showing the ball. He's got a great passing game, and that's a great offload. Big chance here. I think that's Cutler, is it? It's Ryan Cutler for the try line, and he scored. They're claiming the touch. I think the referee's going to award it. Oh, beautiful work from Dean Clark, and he found a very willing runner in the young Ryan Cutler. Indigenous All-Stars 4, Indigenous side 0. So Ryland Gaudron. I imagine Gaudron will be taking most of the kicks for the All-Stars team, and that's a nice kick, just drifting away at the end. And it's 4-0. Great start by both teams. Billy Bussell to take the restart, but both teams looking dangerous in attack. Good to see Ryan Cutler there as a running halfback in the number 7. Now Alex Smith goes into dummy half. He gets it on there to Dr. Che's out there. Gives it to Eddie Sharp. On the bounce to Ben Traprell. He's got it away to Jalen Martin. Jalen Martin's got the foot on the inside, but I think it was well knocked down there by the City player. I'm not sure whether it was Lemper-Petty or Walker-Dricky. So that was possibly a try saver. There's one of the Peachies. I think that's Chris. Dorwood for the line. Look out for a black short here to pop up and try to barge over. They keep going to the right. Here's a chance for Eddie Sharp. He's met in hard defence by Vuko and Clark and Gaudron. Good rugby league right there. Jalen Martin out here to the right. A dangerous black short. So is the dummy half, though. He'll go himself. And a penalty. They were not quite onside there, one would imagine. Who was that dummy half there? Yes, Chris Peachy. No, Dan Peachy. Well, actually, no. The penalty actually went to the All-Stars side. I think he said there he was held up over the line in the last, or maybe a knock-on in goal. Anyway, Cooper Travels restarts it. Here's Josh Clare. Arrow straight as usual. Dean Clark, the playmaker. Back inside to George Lammer. Paddy, and again he runs. He runs hard into the black shorts of Jalen Martin. Always picking out a black short. Here's Jakey. And Vuko, oh, well tackled by Martin. So, the Indigenous side. Here's Ryan Cutler. That's good running indeed. He's beaten one, he's beaten two. And eventually the touch comes from Eddie Sharp. Eddie's marking the spot. And Ryan won't get away with that, not with the experienced Eddie Sharp on his case. And Clark looking for the inside balls here. It's been knocked back though by Sharp and picked up there by Alex Smith. Got to get my peachies sorted out here. There's so many of them. Off to the blind. Here goes Chris Peachy, I think. And he's looking good. Played last week in the exhibition game at the stadium, at the Sydney Football Stadium. Alex Smith again, man of the match in the City Country he was. Ball goes back, cleaned up by Dorwood. And Fred Morkadricki very busy over there on that wing. Dr. Che, what will he do? He's got skill. He does well. Out to the pass comes. Martin was running around the back there of Dan Peachy. Good defence there by Vuko. Here goes Dan Peachy again, the little grubber, and he's got it back. Is that 6 to go? I don't know if he signalled 6 to go. Eddie Sharp, close to the line. You were dangerous. He bumps the Gordon. Off to the blind. This fellow, Dan Peachy. Really hunting. Oh, he's still going. No, I think that was touched. The Indigenous side. They want to break through here. Here's Martin. The long ball out to Joel Pragnell, I think it was. And trapped in the corner. But they will go again. And it goes Peachy again, Chris Peachy. Sorry, Dan Peachy. On to back to Dan Peachy from Eddie Sharp. Here's a chance, but the touch is there. The touch was actually made earlier. We haven't seen much of Ben Traprell yet. He scored 4 tries in round 1. There's a beautiful kick out. Oh, and now we see Ben Traprell. That was a lovely kick. I didn't quite catch who put the kick in. Was it? It might have been Chris Peachy, but it was very well measured. And Traprell, the try-scoring freak so far this season, is in for another one. Darcy doing a great job there, getting the kicking tee out to Jalen Martin. His kicking is just getting better and better. There it goes. It's good off the boot. And it's hit the post. Well, he must have been watching the Canterbury game yesterday. 4-4 it remains. And Jake Vuko. Well, lucky Alex Smith made the touch, although Martin was there anyway for the tackle. He's maturing very rapidly. Clark switches it back to the young Sam Hogan. Well covered there by Martin again. Mark Keaton, Clark, Vuko. Daniel Shepherd, first touch. He's just come on off the bench. After getting caught at the Spit Bridge on his way to the game. Here goes Cooper Travers now. Cooper Travers, the player of the year last year. He'll go all the way. The little running machine has run himself in for a try. And it's 8-4 to the Indigenous side, and the crowd loved that one. Well, Cooper Travers, like a small rocket out of a small aircraft carrier. This will touch Chris Gordon right on the sideline. He's got under it nicely. He's got plenty of height, but I think it's going to pull away to the right. 8-4 to the Indigenous Stars. To the All-Stars side. Those Indigenous jerseys certainly are something to behold. Beautiful jersey. And speaking of which, we've got Eddie Sharp, a very beautiful man, taking 9 metres from the restart. Dr. Shea, he likes those cutout passes. Here's Martin. Martin gets another long ball out. The referee's called it back though. There might have been a late pass. Dr. Shea. Chris Peachy having a little bit of trouble with it there. But they'll play on. And here's Chris Peachy now. He got away from young Hogan. 25 metres out now. An opportunity to level the scores. Chris Peachy to the blind. He puts a little kick in for himself. Morkadregi's gone through his legs. It's still alive, I believe. It could be a try. That could be a try. I'm not sure if it ever got grounded or knocked on by the Indigenous side. And I think the referee's explaining now that it was never grounded and it was never knocked on by the attacking team. It's 8-all. Great try, Chris Peachy. So Jalen Martin. Hasn't been a day for the goal kickers so far. The rugby league gods aren't giving them many easy ones. And that one's not going to have the legs, I don't think. It remains 8-all in the All-Stars game. So Eddie Lennon playing not out on the wing today so far. Or if he has been, he hasn't been getting the ball out there. He's going to come in looking for work. Daniel Shepherd with a good hit up. Keaton to dummy half. On to Clark. Clark, a floating ball out to Gordon. Gordon looks on his left. He tries to go through, but he was well covered there by, especially on the inside, Dr. Che, but also Chris Peachy. Got a bit of contact on him. Clare. It's a rolling pass. Buku has to go back for it. I don't think there's been any knock on. It's play on. George Lumberpetty very skillfully out to Clark. Clark looks around for options. Oh, and it's knocked down. Very busy player is that particular Peachy Dan. Buko at the black shorts into Jalen Martin, who holds him ball and all. Clark. Clare, but he's running it. Red shorts. Clark Cutler. It's a bouncy one for Lennon, but I don't think that will be allowed to go. Well, the ball's been in play plenty of the half. Clark with a dummy, and they did fall for it. Oh, Lumberpetty, he's going to go from close up. But Alex Smith, I think, got in there for the touch. Clark with a kick. It's not a bad one, is it? Oh, it's pulled up just inside. I think it's a try. I think Cutler's got to it. Well, the referee's in the best position, and he doesn't believe so. But I don't know if the camera work was up to the task there, but I thought I saw a hand come out just before it went dead. Nevertheless, the referee was in the best spot. And now Dan Peachy restarts. And he goes around the number 4 and that to the wing. To Prell. Oh, I've lost my team sheet. I've lost my team sheet. Number 4 for the... who is that? Here comes Eddie Sharp. Oh, a beautiful tackle from Jeff Clark. Alex Smith. Dr. Che, he's thinking. He gets it on nicely to Jalen Martin. Out to Chris Peachy. And Billy Bussell found himself roaming on the wing. Brett Weiss it was, the number 4, that's right. Petty, always great to watch. He likes the late offload too, but he knew that was first tackle and it wasn't on. Clark, he'll take his time, remains calm as the defence rushed there. And Cutler couldn't get away from Martin this time. Ryland Gordon will take him on though, black short on black short. Chris Peachy coming in just to add to the spectacle. Sam Hogan has a dart. He's sent sideways by Alex Smith, so he goes the other way, but Smith is equal to the task. Oh, not one of Jeff's best. I tell you, it probably came out of the hands backwards and then floated forwards. Daniel Shepherd, a dummy half. Here goes Clark again. He puts a little kick in. It's again well weighted, but good work back there by Chris Peachy, I think it is. It is. Alex Smith. Also, he was man of the match City Country game. He might have been man of the match in the grand final last year. I'd have to check that. Must be coming up to half time. Bit of rain falling now. Dr. Che looks for the short ball, and Chris Peachy finds an opening. So it was Dan Peachy, this is Chris Peachy. Martin couldn't quite pull that in. Eddie Lennon cleans up. But the Indigenous side will retain the ball. And, Eddie Sharp, having a go at young Eddie Lennon there for not leaving the ball on the spot. Good to see the older players laying down a bit of discipline to the younger players. Peachy, very, very busy he's been. Chris Peachy, good pass onto Eddie Sharp. He couldn't handle it though, and the referee will actually hand the ball over to the All-Stars, I think. I don't have a clock, but we must be in the shadows of half-time. In fact, it's still the Indigenous side's football. Billy Bussell, the match-winning try scorer in the last season's game. Peachy again. Plays it to, presumably, his brother Chris. And they're really running hard now. Here's Alex Smith with a incisive run. Daniel Shepherd brings him down on the 20th, but they're racing at a dummy half. And, oh, a great try saver. Great try saver there from Sam Hogan on Jalen Martin, who had set his sights for the try line. Dr. Che, what will he do? What will he do? Eddie Sharp, back inside to Dan Peachy. Dan Peachy, back inside to Dr. Che. Dr. Che onto Jalen Martin. And Morkadraki's coming a long way to shut that down. Here's a chance though, there's an opening there for Chris Peachy and he'll score. His second try of the game. And the Peachys, actually, was it, I think it was Peachy. Oh dear, or was it Jalen Martin? Oh, I need a replay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Chris Peachy for his second, and Jalen Martin had the ball because he had to take the goal kick, which he makes no mistake with, 14-8 in favour of the Indigenous side over the PDRL All-Stars. Oh no, he's going to send him back to restart again. There's been a bit of a clash there. Boys can get pretty into it when they do, and that was some heavy body contact there on Dan Peachy. And the half-time hooter has blown. Looks to be a head bin for Chris Peachy. He's holding his head. I thought it might have been a leg problem. Doesn't look too bad. Hopefully he'll be back in the second half. But at half-time, the Indigenous side 14 lead the PDR All-Stars 8. For the Indigenous side, 2 tries to Chris Peachy and 1 to Oh, my memory is shocking. Ben Trappell, of course. Ben Trappell, and for the city side, we've had tries to Ryan Cutler from a Dean Clark pass, and of course that shooting try in the corner to Cooper Travis, 14-8. Well, the reigning premiership coach, Craig, who led Newtown to the premiership last year, he'd be pretty happy with the first half. They were down 8-4. They've come back to lead 14-8. Aldo, the coach of the PDR All-Stars, laying down the law. And Chris Peachy's come limping from the ground. He's sitting there. So hopefully it's not a head injury and it's just a bump or a bruise to the leg, which will hopefully come better. Some gentle rain falling, a little bit, the wind slightly behind the Indigenous side. And Keaton goes back to pick up the ball, playing in the unfamiliar role of dummy half today, and doing a very solid job. Morkadrecki, he wants to run. He hasn't had a lot of ball. Most of his work has been in defence. Gordon clears the ruck, gets around one, gets around two. He'll take on Eddie Sharp, but Eddie does enough, and being pushed into the sideline by Jalen Martin. He gets the ball back over the top. Great play for more players. Quality rugby league there, both defence and attack. Gordon took a risk, but it came off, and now fourth tackle, and they're at the halfway. Keaton holds up the pass nicely for Lamapeti. Clark. He must be learning off Clark, Keaton, the way he threw that late pass, that held up pass. That must have been called a late pass, indeed. Touch made by Eddie Sharp. The two experienced players there, and it is going to be a handover, in fact. It could have been the last tackle, I'm not sure. Billy Bustle. Dr. Shea. He can't help himself, Dr. Shea. He just loves to throw the ball. And a good tackle there by Vuko on Martin. Dr. Shea on the wraparound. He'll look to link up again. He's entertaining. He doesn't let the ball die. He keeps it alive. Nice work from Chris Peachy out to Cooper Travers. No, or Joel Pregnell it might have been. Shiv Pereira. Good yards. Probably should have seen more of him. Ball pass over the top, and here's a surging run. And I think that might be Trappell again. Ben Trappell showing why he scored so many tries already this year. That's his second for the game, 18-8. And a kick from in front to come. So Martin taking the kick, leaving nothing to chance, the defending holders of this trophy. 20-8 they lead now, having trailed 8-4. Well, the rain's coming down a bit heavier now, and it's coming down slightly into the faces of the Indigenous side, so they have a real uphill battle here to get back into the game. They need a really good set here. Clark, Hogan. It's a good run. Keaton to Clark, back to, poor old Mark Keaton couldn't just disappear. It's play on. I think the pass was meant for Lamapeti, travelling through on the inside. It's play on though, the Indigenous side with the ball. Jalen Martin, he's done it and gone through, but Morkadrecki's back there waiting. Martin again linking with Chris Peachy. Long ball goes out, put down I think by, that might have been Nick Peachy. And Jalen Martin with a kick. Gordon might have been better off letting that one go. He got a hand to it, and it's going to be a line dropout, I think. If he let it go, it might have been too heavy, although very hard to judge when you're that close to the kick. And it Looks like it will be the experienced Dean Clark. Has he got a trick up his sleeve here? The short one he has. It's a good short kick. Oh, Billy Bustle, brilliant. Like he was throwing himself on a hand grenade to save his mates. Eddie Sharp. Snapped up there by Ryan Cutler. So the Indigenous side again. Redfern Oval, very kind to them, traditionally. Dorwood, not far away. Galen Martin finds a little hole. I don't know. I think the touch was made by Ryan Cutler, but it was a close one thing. The All-Stars need to hold on here. Here's a wraparound from Peachy. He's already got one try from such a move, but he slips over. There's a big Peachy contingent of fans here. Oh, Clark has a go, but Jake Vuko, good defence, close to his own line. And that will be the handover. So that's good resilience there from the PDRL All-Stars. They could have fallen apart and let a try in there, but they hung on. They really need a breakaway. They need to get someone in the clear, maybe Morkadrecki or Gordon. Clark's got to look for those players and give them a pass to put them through. Well, Vuko's not happy. Well, that's the way to do it. Instead of getting upset with the ref or standing there and getting yourself in trouble, just walk off the field. Jake may be onto something there. Keaton, Clark, back to Keaton. Keaton ready for that one. And he goes, he takes those yards. Clark to Gordon. Gordon, can he find a hole? He's still going. Oh, it gets a beautiful pass in around the back of them to Clark. But that's good tackle there by Chris Peachy, who must be close to the man of the match. He's scored 2. I think it was him who put the kick in for Pragnell's first try. Oh, Ben Caprell's first try, I should say. Now, well, there's still a bit of sprinkle out there, but the sun's coming out, or at least trying to. And here's Dr. Che in the sun. Gets it on to Chris Peachy. Peachy gets it on to Jalen Martin. Gordon's there in defence, black short on black short, and he wrestles him to the ground, just inside the right touch line. There's a hold up here, though. I think there might have been some form of injury. No, it's all good. Gordon's back in position. He pops straight back up there, which is good to see. To Prell, to Pragnell. Dr. Che, Chris Peachy, he's been the link man all day. Jalen Martin, he swivels out of one, but Fred Morkadrecki stops the try. I'll keep going to the left here, I feel. Here's Chris Peachy. He's in for his third. Well, he's got 1 try assist and 3 tries. Yep, I think the referee is saying he got it down. No, what is he saying? No, he's saying he's knocked on in the end goal. So no try. Chris not so sure about that. But the referee has ruled, and they survive again, the PDRL All-Stars. They're still 12 points behind. 20-8 they trail, but there is still time in this game, which seems to be about a 25-minute half. Which means we've probably still got 10 to 15 minutes to go as Clark weaves a bit of magic. Couldn't quite get Morkadrecki in the clear, and Billy Bustle quite happy to take Morkadrecki and remind him of that fact. Nice run from Hogan. He's avoided the touch. Oh, he's got it back into Morkadrecki. This could be interesting. Well, the cover did well to get there. For a moment, I thought Morkadrecki had nothing in front of him, which would have been shut the gate. Here goes Clark. Couldn't quite link up with Cooper Travers. Paddy gets into dummy half. Here's Cooper now. Here's Cooper now. Look out. He'll run. We know he'll run. He's already done it once today. He's going to have another go. He's trying to get around Pragnell. He doesn't quite get there. He goes back on the inside. Terrorises defences, particularly late in the game when they're getting a little bit fatigued. He goes a kick through from Eddie Lennon. And that's a pretty good place to end the set when you consider where they started it. Where they were just a few minutes ago. Chris Peachy. Well, they've been pinged again by the referee. It will be a handover to the Indigenous, to the All-Stars side. Dean Clark. Brian Cutler. Oh, intercept. Oh, well read by Nick Peachy, that one. Pragnell had a dummy half. He's a very intelligent player, Pragnell. And he's drawn a penalty. They were never back. And Jalen Martin kicks for touch, doesn't quite find it. Good effort over there from Eddie Lennon. Got a touch to it, but that will be sufficient. He was over the sideline at the time by the looks of it. Good to see the kick for touch though. Dr. Che. Oh, had a dummy half, Jalen Martin. I think he was trying to get an offside there, and I think he succeeded. Well, Dean Clark, the old fox, well, he's just met a younger fox who was improving rapidly. And here's the kick for touch. It's not going to make it. It's just going to be a kick for yardage in the end. Peachy with the chase. Gaudron gets away from him. Chris Peachy that was. Away from Pragnell as well. He's still going. And Eddie Sharp can't bring him in. And the flick pass is a beauty. And here goes Morkadricki in space. But Dan Peachy was waiting for him on the halfway line. They will now go out to the near wing here. Morkadricki's coming around. Billy Bustle this time. Well, Billy Bustle took one look at him. And Morkadricki dropped the football. He was tuned in though, Billy. He was going to make it very hard for Fred to get around him. Hogan, a bit sideways. Can he link up? Oh, well, he straightens up in the end and gets good yardage, but not the first time in this half, or in both halves. And here's George back on the inside. Hasn't quite had the opportunity to use his physical game and his offloading in the tackle. Here's Daniel Shepherd with some handy yards. And an attacking position now for the last, a chance for a try-scoring kick maybe, and there it goes. It's a little chip for Fred Morkadricki. He's got it almost on the full. But no, Chris Peachy, probably man of the match for mine, was back there to get it. Jalen Martin. Well, he almost got the chip on the full, which takes great skill. He probably made the yards for it, Fred. He'd probably be disappointed he didn't pull that one in, because he would have been hard to stop. Eddie Sharp, their forward leader. Chris Peachy on fire. Nice pass to Jaden Martin. The long ball is run onto by Ben Caprell. Joel Pragnell juggles the ball. That's quality play from this All-Stars side. They fully deserve their 20-8 lead. Here's Peachy again, linking up in to support Jalen Martin. Martin puts the kick in, and Fred has to do a bit of work there, and I think he's drawn the penalty. Will they take the kick for touch? I suppose time is of the essence. And he'll take the tap, and off he goes. He gets through one. King. Cutler. Away from... Oh, that's a good touch from Shock to Shea. against the younger player. Not easy to do. Oh, Joel Clark juggles it, but maintains his composure. They're going to get Mark Keaton for a knock on there, are they? And he's going to play the ball to Clare. Dean Clark. Again he looks inside, then he looks outside, but again it's going to be called a late pass. Dean taking a couple of shortcuts, desperate to get a try here, which would bring the game to life with just a few minutes to go. Indigenous side 20, PDRL All-Stars 8. Keaton with a kick out of dummy half. It's an interesting little chip. It's still alive. Daniel Shepherd, he might get the kick in, but no, they're making the touch. They're saying the touch was made. So the Indigenous side survived that. An inch closer to victory here to defend their title. Billy Bustle. Another strong game from Billy in this format of the game. Todd Dorwood. It was this time last year that he started to make inroads and turned the game for the Indigenous side. I think they won that one 22-20. Ball bouncing around there, and the referee will let the All-Stars side have the ball. A long explanation. And he had to explain it to Eddie that he was going to give the ball to the PDRL All-Stars side. Eddie, of course, wouldn't have been milking that for time. That's not something Eddie would do. The experience of Eddie Sharp. Good touch there made by Brett Weiss on Gaudron, who was looking dangerous on that little run. And there's a good piece of the forwards coming together. The two props meet in the middle of Redfern Oval. Dean Clark. He goes wide to Morkadrecki. And he's covered in red shorts. And again the switch back to Keaton, who's he's learnt that switch to be ready for it every time. Clark. Well, it's called a knock on. It probably was if you were to put it on the super slow-mo. So the All-Star side just unable to get it together. They were looking very good early on. And Billy goes down. Eddie Sharp. He doesn't want to run at Gaudron this late in the game. The man of the hour, Chris Peachy to dummy half. What will he do this time? He'll step back inside away from Cutler. Gives it on to Jalen Martin. And touch made there by young Sam. Eddie had a bit of snatch of that, but he's happy just to watch the clock tick down, I think, at the moment, with a 20 points to 8 lead. Dr. Che, he's done the netball pass a few times. Chris Peachy, that's a beautifully weighted flat pass out to Joel Pragler, who's making good yardage. The Eastern Suburbs captain last year he was, and a very effective one too. Here comes Ben Traprell, the form player of the PDRL. The kick was a good one, went through Morkadrecki, but Clare was there to pick it up. Ryan Cutler now. Ryan Cutler. He'll open them up. He's made a break. He's going back inside Billy Bustle. He needs to link. The tackle from Chris Peachy. That man again. He just needed a link up there to Gaudron. But here's Gaudron now, and there's a bit of room to move. Gaudron still going. So, whoops, he got away from Nick Peachy. He got away from Eddie Clark, I think it was. He's put it down. He was in the clear. But I tell you, Chris Peachy was coming across again. Chris Peachy is everywhere, man, today. Well, exciting passage of play. Great run from Cutler. And it's good to see Ryan. He's certainly developing his attacking game and his running game. Usually his main forte is cover defence. But he's got a bit of toe. Clark. He puts the kick in. It's not a bad one. It's right on the line there, but brilliantly taken by Eddie Sharp. Jalen Martin runs into Clark. The Black Shorts guys, they love to mix it up. The referee will tell him to go back and do it properly. A lot of game time today, over 40 minutes of coverage here. Good quick hands. Oh, a beautiful flick. That's quality stuff again from the Indigenous side. And Joel Pragnell again with big yardage. He's made a lot of yardage today. Ben Traprell on to Jalen Martin. The kick's a grubbery one. It's come off Sam Hogan and gone into touch. And I think it's going to be a Indigenous side's ball in the middle of the field. But at least at the scrum line there. So the Indigenous side, at the site of so many great Indigenous players who've graced Redfern Oval for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, continue to dominate this arena. First game I ever saw here was Eric Sims in 1975, kicked 9 from 9 in a 39-2 win over the then Balmain side. Here goes Todd Dorwood. When I saw that, I was a South supporter forever. Here's Jalen Martin. Chris Peachy again looms up, dangerous, slips, gets back up again, touch made. Can they put the icing on the cake with another try here? The Indigenous side, Dorwood to dummy half. Jalen Martin, he's got Brett Weiss outside. Peachy, he's going to look for the blind. Brett Weiss is there, but it comes back inside, and Daniel Shepherd, he cleans it up. He does knock on, but I think it's going to be, I think it was the last tackle. So Daniel Shepherd gets his work done there. Keaton, been at dummy half all day, maybe didn't expect the hit up. George Clare will expect it though. Oh, he'll be kicking himself, but no harm done. It's not the last. They did get the ball back, but that's 3 tackles, 4 maybe now gone. Now they have got 20-40s in this game. Someone's going to have to put a big kick in. Cooper Travis might have a bit of a run first. Ben Traprell's there to get him though. Here's George. George will run it straight. A gutsy run it was too. Now it's the last. And Keaton, no. You could hear Aldo, let it go, let it go. Time ticking away. "20 seconds, I think I just heard, Billy Bustle. Ben Traprell, no, sorry, that's Eddie Sharp, of course. That's how young he looks. I'm looking for Traprell. Nice pass on there, and it's Chris Peachy again. Will he get that third try, that elusive third try? Not this time. There goes the hooter. They're going to let it play on. There's a floating pass out to Ben Traprell. It comes back into Chris Peachy. They've been the 2 danger men most of the day, but they won't get another try. Sam Hogan cleans it up, and the Indigenous side have done it again. Trailing 8-4, they hit back before half-time to take a half-time lead of 14-8. And in the second half, there was just that one try to Ben Traprell it was. That was his second try. Chris Peachy scored 2. Jalen Martin kicked 2 from 4 for the NRL All-Stars side. There was that early try, beautiful try to Ryan Cutler. And then after that, the try that put him 8-4 ahead was An equally good try to Cooper Travels, who run it over in the far corner. So there it is. The Indigenous side have done it again. The Indigenous PDRL side 20 have defeated the PDRL All-Stars 8. And there they are, a great event, played in a great spirit. And quite appropriately, Billy Bustle there to hold it up with his coach Craig, and also with Kevin Rudd stroke Paul Tupredi, the president of the association. So the rep season, apart from the Australian trials and so on, largely over. They'll be focused now on the club premiership, which has been affected by rain, but hopefully we'll get on again next week.